The Earth has become not only our home, but also home to all of our trash. Until we can find greener ways to live, this problem will only continue to get worse. Lake Karachay. Located in the Ural Mountains in Russia, Lake Karachay is one of the most polluted places in the world due to the fact that the area became a nuclear dumping ground for the Soviet Union. And thanks to a string of accidents and disasters, the area is also neck-deep in radioactive waste. The lake was once home to Mayak, one of the most prominent nuclear weapons facilities, which was built in the 1940s. The nearby Techa River is also contaminated, and those who live in nearby towns are dealing with frequent sickness and bouts of cancer. Kabwe, Zambia. The city of Kabwe in Zambia is the second largest city in the country and is home to the largest lead smelters on the continent. In fact, the smelting has such a huge presence, the city is buried under a coat of lead dust that has led to numerous health problems as well as problems growing and maintaining crops. The metal is still mined, which causes a consistent amount of lead dust continuously getting released. Niger River Delta, Nigeria. The Niger River Delta in Nigeria takes up about 70,000 square kilometers of space, and it has become the dumping ground of approximately 240,000 barrels of crude oil each year. With so much oil being dumped into the river, people who depend on the river for food are dealing with fish that are sickly, and their air is being affected when the water turns into a gas. Also, residents are unable to grow crops because of oily water. Citarum River Basin, Indonesia. The Environmental Protection Agency was shocked to find the Citarum River Basin's lead levels were more than 1,000 times above the standard level. The river gets toxic waste dumped from both domestic and industrial sources. The city of Jakarta is greatly affected by the toxic waste, and the Asian Development Bank gave a $500 million donation to clean up the river. Norilsk, Russia. This small town above the Arctic Circle is home to the largest metal smelting facility in the world and was founded in the 1930s. This has resulted in the air quality being so bad that trees won't grow within 18 miles of the city. Residents have about 10 years cut off of the average Russian life expectancy. Death is at an all-time high from respiratory and digestion-related illnesses. Fukushima Daiichi, Japan. Fukushima is one of the most contaminated places in the world thanks to the nuclear incident that took place on March 11, 2011, after an earthquake and a tsunami caused the destruction of 3 reactors. Anyone who is living near the plant is dealing with the risk of developing cancer. There is also chemical waste believed to be left in the basement of the reactors, but any attempt to check out the area via robot has resulted in the machine melting. Chernobyl, Ukraine. The Chernobyl nuclear meltdown is one of the worst nuclear disasters in history. The disaster let out about 100 times the radioactivity of the atomic bombs that were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. People were evacuated, and the 19 square miles around the plant remained largely uninhabited, besides a few people who refused to leave their homes. But staying came at a price, as it is believed that the deaths of over 4,000 people is to be blamed on the cancers caused by the Chernobyl incident. Agbogbloshie, Ghana. What happens when we throw away our electronics? If you think they end up in your local landfill, you might want to think twice. Most of the electronics we throw away end up in Ghana in a town called Agbogbloshie, where they are burnt in a fire. This results in extremely high lead levels in the water, the land, and the people. The levels of lead are 45 times higher than the safe standards set in the United States. That's just the regular locals. Imagine the lead levels of those who are going through the piles looking for reusable parts. Manzana Riachuelo, Argentina. The Manzana Riachuelo River runs right through the capital of Argentina, and roughly 15,000 companies dump their trash and other pollutants into this river. Unfortunately, the people who reside around the area are the ones that pay. There is an all-time high of diarrhea-related illnesses, as well as respiratory illnesses. Out of the 200,000 population, about 60% of them suffer from some illness due to the pollution. Hazaribagh, Bangladesh. There are 160,000 people who reside in Hazaribagh, Bangladesh, who are affected by the 270 tanneries that are in function. Granted, the tanneries employ about 8,000 to 12,000 people, but they use old, outdated methods of tanning, which has resulted in a lot of chromium pollution. Each tannery dumps about 22,000 cubic liters of toxic waste into the Buriganga River. Well, folks, that's our video. How about we all go outside and pick up some litter? And while you're here, check out these other videos and subscribe to The Richest for more awesome videos all the time. Thanks.